Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm sharing with you guys my top beauty favorites from the year of 2016. It doesn't necessarily mean that these are all new products that came out in 2016. Actually, I don't even know if any of them are new, but they are my top products that I've been reaching for the entire past year, so I'm excited to share them with you guys. Be sure to share with me down below in the comments your favorite products from 2016, what you guys have been reaching for the most. I would love to know and maybe try some of them out. So let's get started. Okay, so first off, I tried to narrow it down to I think like 10 to 15 items. I didn't want this video to be overwhelming. These really are my genuine like top products of the year. I kind of tried to like take out the products that were like borderline favorite. And as always, be sure to subscribe to my channel so that way you can be updated every time I upload a video. I would really appreciate that. And also I will leave my Instagram and Snapchat usernames below in the info bar. Be sure to follow me on my social media accounts, and let's get into the video finally. My top foundation for 2016 may come as no surprise. It actually was my favorite, I believe, for 2015 as well, and honestly this is just like the best foundation for my skin type. Let me start off by saying, if you don't know, I have very oily skin. It's very hard for me to maintain the oil, especially now that I live here in Florida. I feel like this foundation gets the job done the best to my liking. This is the MAC Studio Fix Fluid with SPF 15. What's awesome is it does have SPF in it, so you are giving your skin some protection from the sun. Like I said, I live here in Florida, so the sun is always in my face. And I love this just because, number one, the shade selection is incredible. Like, it's very hard to find a foundation that matches my olive complexion because I have those yellow tones in my skin. I feel like a lot of times companies won't come out with enough colors to suit people with olive complexion, but MAC is like one of the brands that has so many different shades. Like, there really is a shade from everyone, for everyone from light to dark. So I highly recommend, if you're not able to find your shade, go check out MAC. They are incredible. And if you're someone who suffers from oily skin, this is a really great foundation. It does have a nice matte finish, but it's not too matte where it feels like it's like sucking up all the life in your skin. I feel like it stays on all day. It really perfects all of my imperfections. Like if I have any pimples or anything, it does cover it really nicely. I always get complimented when I'm wearing this. Everyone wants to know what's on my skin, and it's always the MAC Studio Fix Fluid. Highly recommend this foundation. I know I talk about it a lot on my channel, but this really is my favorite. I also have another foundation I want to mention, but this one is a powder foundation, and this is a really great option if you're someone who has really great skin, you don't break out often, or if you don't really have the time in the morning to do your makeup, you know, spend a lot of time on it, or if you're younger, maybe in high school, middle school, and you really just kind of want a little bit of coverage, but you don't want to put on like a full face of makeup, this is for you. This is from Pure Minerals, and it's their 4-in-1 pressed mineral makeup. This also has SPF 15, so it will protect your face from the sun, which is awesome. But this is a really awesome product. I like to use a buffing brush and just kind of buff this onto my skin. It does give a really nice light coverage, but it just really kind of evens out my complexion on those days where I'm just kind of like running errands or I don't really want a full face of makeup. This is awesome. It's very lightweight. It doesn't feel like you have makeup on your skin, but it will cover up like freckles or like discoloration. This is like my go-to in the summertime. I love this. This is all I was wearing. I actually got this back in May and I've already hit pan on it, so that just shows how much I love it. So I definitely recommend checking this out. You can find this at your nearest Ulta. For concealer, this is my go-to. This is the Instant Ager one from Maybelline, and I use the shade Light Pale. This is so good. What's really cool is it's like a twisty up thing. I don't know what I'm saying, but you twist it and then the product comes out of this sponge at the top, which may not seem that sanitary, so I wouldn't like go around sharing this or anything, but you know, you do kind of cover it, which is nice. And it just kind of, you know, disperses really nicely. It blends in like a dream. It doesn't like cake up or seek into your fine lines. A lot of times concealers will kind of move around throughout the day, and I really don't have that problem with this. I do always set it, but I do still feel like it doesn't move around like most do. This really is awesome. You can get this at any drugstore. It's so, so good. I know it's a favorite of many, and I do recommend this for sure. Little drink break. Speaking of, the green tea from Panera, I don't know why I couldn't think of it, is so, so good. Whenever like I'm stressed out or before class, if I need something to drink, this is one of my favorites to get. So, so good. Okay, moving on. I always get asked about my eyebrows. Like, that is something that people always stop me for, which I find so funny because I don't really do that much to them. Like a lot of people I know fill them in with pencils and stuff, and I really don't do like all of that. I am very lucky that I have pretty nice eyebrows that are nice and dark and pretty nicely shaped. That being said, because they are dark, they are very sparse, and I don't like that look, so I like to fill them in with a powder. I use MAC's Mystery Eyeshadow. This is like my all-time favorite. I've been doing this trick now for almost, I think, 3 years, maybe 4. 3 or 4 years, and I love it to this day. I just use a little angled brush and just kind of fill them in the sparse areas, and I love the way it looks. It's very natural. People don't think like I actually am wearing makeup on my eyebrows. People are always like, where do you get your eyebrows done? Do you do them? And I'm like, I do, but I do fill them in with powder. I just think it looks so natural. I'm really not a big fan of drawing them in. I did have the Anastasia Dip Brow, and I feel like I went through a phase, I'm sure we all have, where we like fill them in crazy. But I feel like on me, I just kind of like them softly filled in with like a powder. So I highly suggest trying a powder that's near your brow color and seeing if you like that better. I don't know, for me, that's what I like. And this shade's really nice because it's cool tone. My brows are cool tone. A lot of times brow products are warm toned, and they really just kind of don't go, they don't go with my brows, and it's like very noticeable that I've done something to them. If you're someone who has lighter brows, definitely check out MAC's Omega. I know that one's a really great one on like blondes, people with lighter hair. But MAC's Mystery is my go-to. I also have 2 eyeshadows from MAC to share with you guys that have been my favorites for the year. I actually don't have a palette to share with you guys. I don't know why, but I didn't really have like a standout palette of the year that I always reached for. But I did have 2 eyeshadows from MAC that like I constantly wore. The first one is in the shade Woodwinked. This is my all-time favorite MAC eyeshadow. I tell everyone, like, if you're gonna get one, get Woodwinked, because it's so unique. It's one of those shades where you could just take this color and pop this all over your lid, throw it into the crease, blend it out, and you're done. Like, you don't need a highlight color, you don't need like any other eyeshadows. Like this, you can wear all on its own, and it looks like you're wearing different eyeshadows. It has this very unique like duochrome. I don't want to say duochrome because it's not, but like when it hits the light, it looks different depending on where you're standing, and it's beautiful. I always get compliments. It's a really nice kind of like, I don't know, it's like an antique gold. It's not too yellow, it's not too orange. It's just kind of like falls in the middle. It looks beautiful if you have tan skin, like in the summertime. It's gorgeous. I love it. It works on every complexion, every eye color. Highly, highly recommend this eyeshadow from MAC. Again, it's called Woodwinked. Okay, and then the second one is really pretty as well. I'm very much so into like purples and kind of mauve colors on my eyes because I do have brown eyes, but purples work really well on every eye color, and this one's in the shade Sable. And this color I feel like isn't that popular, but I think it's gorgeous. Show you guys. Ugh. And it's just so buttery, and I love it. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's, again, like a Velux Pearl, so it has that really unique thing where, like, depending on the light, it looks different. Like, in some lights it looks brown, in some lights it looks like mauve. I love this so much. Again, it's one of those shades you can wear on its own because it has that effect. I think it's absolutely stunning, and go check it out. So for a liner, I have one to share with you guys. I kind of feel guilty sharing this because I only discovered it like 2 months ago, but I'm still including this because I've used it every day since. It's what I'm wearing right now, and I just think it is so good, especially for the price. It's from e.l.f. It's only $3. It's their Intense Ink eyeliner. It is a felt tip. It's kind of a little bit bigger, but it's so easy to use. It's so easy to create a wing with. I feel like if you're someone who struggles with the wing, get this. It's only $3 and practice. I mean, honestly, you might not even have to practice, because I remember the first time I used this, I was just like, what? Like, usually it takes me such a long time to do wings, and with this, I just feel like I don't have that problem. Like, however the felt tip is like angled, it's just perfect. Like, you can just flick it out. It's so, so good. It's $3. I also feel like it doesn't dry out quickly. I mean, I've had this for 2 months and it still feels like fresh as day one. And also it does dry matte, which is a big thing. I don't really like when it dries glossy. It does dry matte, which is rare. So I highly recommend this. I got mine at Target, I believe, but I'm sure you can find it at like Walmart and CVS and stuff, so definitely go get you this. Okay, mascara, same thing as the eyeliner. I've only had this for about 2-3 months now, and this is the L'Oreal Voluminous Original, and I know this was such a hyped up product here on YouTube for like the longest time, but I never tried it until 3 months ago, and oh my gosh, guys, like, I feel like I've been living in a bubble because it's so, so good. It doesn't crumble onto my lower lash line. Like, I just feel like it stays put. It keeps my curl. It's really black, and I don't know, it like really lengthens every single lash, but yet it still like separates them. It's so, so good. Highly recommend this. Like if you've never tried this because you think it's too hyped up, like it's not. It's really good, and it's not too expensive. I believe it's like $6 or $7 at the drugstore, so highly recommend checking this out. For bronzer, I do have one to share from the drugstore as well. This is another really popular product. I think it's been on my favorites before. This is the NYC Smooth Skin Sunny Bronzer. I love this so, so much. I recently been trying out a lot of new ones just for the sake of trying new things because I feel like this is all I've used this year. I had to include this because I use it all the time. It's that perfect shade. It doesn't look too muddy, but it's not too warm. It's really good. It really makes you look like you're tan. If you're going for like that tan look, definitely get this. It's awesome. I believe it's like $4, super affordable. It's very smooth. It doesn't like blotch up on the skin. It blends out nicely. Definitely check this out. I'm not even gonna say it. I'm sure you guys know what this is, but let's be real. Like this was the standout product of the year. I forget, like, I think I got this last year, but I didn't really, like, realize how much I liked it until this year. And even, like, someone with oily skin, I still love this product. Like, I didn't even care at one point that I had such oily skin. I just wanted to wear this all the time. And looking back in pictures, I'm like, why did you do that, Meredith? Like, you're already super oily. You already look like you have a highlight 24/7. But, guys, this is so beautiful. I'm so glad this is permanent. I think it is. I really hope it is, actually. I don't know if it is. I hope it is, but I know they have other ones now. If you didn't get your hands on this, just go get some of their highlighters. They are so, so good. This one's in that glow. This is more of like the gold tone, warmer tone colors. Like just look, it speaks for itself. So beautiful. My two favorites are the ones at the bottom, bubbly and dripping in gold. A lot of times I'll mix them together because they're very similar, but oh guys, they are so pretty. I'm just gonna swatch them and show you guys, but like, I don't know if you can see, but they just give the most beautiful glow in the world. Like, you look like a disco ball, but in the most beautiful way. Like, you don't look ba-bam. Like, it's just so, it's natural, but not. It's, I can't explain it. You just have to try it for yourself. First thing is this lip liner from MAC in the shade Whirl. It is, like, my absolute favorite lip liner. I don't really use any others because it just works with any lip color. I mean, besides red, I would say, but everything else it works with. And it's super easy to overline. If you're someone who likes to overline, this is a really great color to do so with. It helps every lipstick or lip gloss I put on top stay on longer, not bleed. This is so good. I wouldn't describe this as a creamy lip liner. It's definitely not that. It's a little bit more stiff, but I feel like for that reason, it really helps the product kind of like lock in and won't move around, and it will stay on very long. Even when the product comes off, this is still underneath, and I love it. I love the way it looks. It's beautiful. Highly recommend Whirl. And fun fact, this is what I wore on my prom. Okay, and then I have two lipsticks to share with you guys. The first one is kind of like my go-to everyday lip color. This is also from MAC. I feel like MAC has been like all over this video, but it really just shows like I really like their products, and I highly recommend. Like, I know it's not as popular anymore, but they really have great products, so definitely check them out. But this is in the shade Brave. Again, I wore this on my prom day. But this color is so beautiful. It's kind of like a pinky nude shade. Definitely very Kylie Jenner-ish. I'll swatch it for you guys. But it looks like that. It smells like vanilla cupcakes. It's amazing. So pretty. It goes with every look. Because it has like that nude undertone to it, I feel like it goes with everything. I love it so much. Highly recommend. Okay, and then this last one is what I'm wearing right now on my lips. And it's actually more of like a toned down version of it because I just kind of dabbed it on and like spread it out. That's actually my favorite way to wear this lipstick, which is the Nars Audacious lipstick in the shade Audrey. Totally not gonna lie, I bought this lipstick because the name was Audrey and I'm obsessed with that name. It's gonna be my daughter's name one day, and I love Audrey Hepburn. And I was actually thinking it was a red on the website, but it's more of like, I can't explain. It's more of like a brownish red, if that makes sense. I'll swatch it on my hand for you guys. It's really creamy, it's really pigmented, and I love it. It's really great if you want more of like a darker lip color, but I really like dabbing it on like this, and it will stay on really long throughout the day. Super creamy, very comfortable. It is a little bit more on the expensive side, but I mean, the packaging is really cool. It's like magnetic. And the formula is really good. So if you are willing to spend the money, I do highly recommend checking out the Audacious line in general. I'm not necessarily this color, but the line is really good. I love the formula. All right, everyone, so that finishes this video. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing all of my favorites from the year of 2016. I really hope that you guys had an amazing year, and I look forward to going into the new year with you guys and filming more videos for you. Be sure to leave below any video ideas you want to see, what your favorite products were, and I guess I will see you guys in the new year. Bye!